DaChappellFamily, is Ashley here. How you guys doing today? I'm back again, just giving you guys an update since I last vlogged. What's been going on? I did tell you guys briefly a little bit of us being homeless right now, us being put out, but I didn't really tell you of why. So we moved to Las Vegas in April. We moved from Wausau, Wisconsin. Me and my family, we got married here in April 23rd. Me and my husband, we flew out, me and my family, a few of us. So basically, we moved here a month and a half after we got married in June. And I was pregnant with my youngest, a king trillionaire. And at that time, we got here June 8th, so I'm probably like literally 8 months, okay? I got the apartment and everything from back home. I did everything from back home because I didn't have enough time being pregnant to fly out or whatever. My lease up where we had, I'm in between, should I sign another lease? But I'm ready to go. What should I do? So me and my husband had decided, okay, we found the realtor. We decided, okay, we'll get an apartment. We'll wait. We'll find something in the long run. Never know what was gonna come up. So, 1 minute. Gave itself his Wi-Fi. But, so, okay, make a long story short, we moved here. We didn't know what we were coming into. We were originally supposed to have a lower unit, but we ended up getting stuck with an upper unit. So as time go by, we never met our neighbors. We never knew were they good or they bad. So after a while, we started hearing noises. We started hearing knocking on the ceiling and everything like that, but we didn't think nothing of it. We were like, oh, maybe it's just their kids or something, you know. We let it alone. But finally, make long story short, it was the neighbors. It was the neighbors doing it. They grown self was doing it. So after I had my baby, they had started to get worse with it. When my kids go to sleep, they had to start to bang on the wall. So they started to come knock on the door. Oh, could you keep the noise down? Okay, fine. We're sorry. We'll keep the noise down. Fine and dandy. So one night after I lost my grandpa, because my grandpa had just passed September 23rd. After I lost my grandpa, and we put the kids down, it's probably like 9:45, going on 10 o'clock. They start knocking on the wall. First, we thinking we're hearing stuff, but instead, it's the neighbors. So I go down there, like they had been coming knocking on my door, asking could they keep the noise down, knock on the door. And before I can even say, oh, could you keep the noise down, like a neighbor would do, she come running out her door in a burst of screaming and yelling, and that ended with the police, and I got a ticket, and okay, fine, cool. I'm gonna stay away from you, you stay away from me. 2 months later, I'll say, my kid's birthday occurred. The Irish triplet's birthday, November 21st, November 22nd. She comes, she's standing by my door, my babies are crying. And she happened to say, she was already standing by the door recording because she's been recording and taking pictures of me and my family without permission. My husband pulls up and we're on the phone together. She's like, she's standing at the door, the neighbor's standing at the door. I'm like, no, I know she's not. I hear nobody knock at the door. So all of a sudden I hear a tap. So I'm like, okay, that must be her at the door now because I hear somebody tapping. As soon as he get out the car, she runs up to my husband. She's beating the kids. She's beating the kids. Go help the kids. She's beating the kids. And so from there, she calls the police. Oh, she has postpartum depression. She's beating the kids. She's mentally ill. She's throwing the kids around. She's punching them. She's beating a 4-month-old. If I beat my 4-month-old, my baby would not be here. Okay? So after that happened, CPS came out emergency. They walked through the house. First thing CPS said to me, have you ever thought about getting your tubes tied? What do my tubes being tied have to do with my postpartum depression? Okay? when I say since I've been going through this postpartum depression, everybody has literally been trying to treat me like an outcast, or trying to treat me like I can't take care of my kids, or treat me like I'm crazy or something wrong with my family, calling me crazy. My family has been calling me crazy from jump, okay? My grandpa died. I went to Milwaukee, and I spent time with my family, and I had a good time. I enjoyed myself, but I get into it with my brother, and you're crazy, you're damaged. No, I'm not damaged. I have been through a lot. I always suffer from bipolar and depression, okay? But I always knew how to deal with it. I always know how to cope with it, okay? And I'm not saying I'm the best person. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying I don't do nothing wrong. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying that. Of course I do wrong. People do wrong all the time, but you learn from your mistakes. Oh, you know what I mean? So, don't tell me who I am and don't tell me how I feel. So that night, I got a ticket. The CPS came out. So the next day, I called the office and I was telling them about the situation, because I had been telling them and reporting about the lady. And they kept telling me, oh, we know she's crazy. The last tenant only lasted 67 days over her. So I'm guessing the lower unit they was originally supposed to give me when I moved here, they must have gave to the tenant that was over her that couldn't take her anymore. So that's why I'm homeless. I was homeless by force. So they put in an eviction instead of they lying. They told me when I talked to them or whatever to call the next day after she called CPS on me, I told them, you know, I'm like, I can't cope like this, so I'm gonna be coming to put in a 30-day notice. They're like, okay, well, before you pay rent, just wait, because we'll contact our attorneys to see what could be done, because we're gonna see if it's possible as a way another unit is gonna be opening up where we can either move you or her, or you know what should we do? So I'm like, okay, fine, I'll just wait to, you know, turn the rent in. So all I know is a few days later, mind you, this on the 9th. So a few days later, this like the 9th or the 10th, this happened. But a few days later on the 12th, I had a 7-day summary eviction on my door. So I'm like, what is going on? So I called them. I'm like, what is this? They're like, oh, you didn't pay the rent. I'm like, what you mean I didn't pay the rent? Y'all told me to wait till the attorneys, you know, contact you. She was like, okay, but you still have to pay the rent. I'm like, okay, well, can I come pay the rent now? Oh, no, because I already put in an eviction. And I'm like, well, I talked to legal aid, and they said as long as I ain't willing to pay the rent, you know, you guys can take it. She was like, well, no, because the eviction is already put in. So, okay, cool. I got evicted because you guys denied to take my rent. So by force. So then I made a response to the judge, and I let them know that I did offer to pay rent, and I told them the situation that the tenant was taking me through. The judge dropped and denied the eviction, okay? So after I found out that the eviction was denied, I called back and I asked, well, can I pay y'all, you know, can I give y'all the money or whatever, because it's the holidays and me and my kids in the house. They still deny me. So make a long story short, I ended up shipping my car to Milwaukee. I sent my oldest two to Wausau, Wisconsin with my mom. I shipped my car and everything to Milwaukee thinking I was gonna leave a day or two after the car was shipped, but instead I had missed my flight due to the cab being late. So my brother ended up going to get the truck for me, and it was a balance of $850 left to pay to get the truck because I already had paid the deposit. So I'm like, well, could you pay? Because I don't have a way to Walgreens. And when I was doing the Walgreens thing, it was $23 there and $23 back. I'm like, well, I'm going to go load the card, or I could just pay you when I come get the key. I'm like, could you just go and get my truck for me? Because my dad was originally supposed to get my truck from the transport man, but he was busy at the time, you know, working. So I called, he like, call your brother. So I called my brother, and whatever. It takes him a long time to even get out the bed. It takes my mom to call and, you know, gets on him or whatever. So whatever, he finally goes over there. He's supposed to have paid the man. He paid the man. He got the key. And then, okay, cool, he got the key. I'm like, okay, I got your money. I got your $700 because this is how much he said he pays the man. But originally we owed $850. Then the next day or so, the man calling like, well, your brother never paid us. Okay, well, how you get the key then? Okay, we get into an argument about that. Me being me, he called me early in the morning like, snapping like, Why are you sending this YouTube stuff to people? Why are you sending this content to people? You really think people care about your postpartum depression? You really think people care about you being homeless? Like, what does this matter to people? Why are you sending this to people? But why are you bothered is the bigger reason. And how do you know who I sent it to? Why are you even in my business, in my inbox? Okay, he calling about a lady that I inboxed on a whole different other situation, about a whole nother business matter. You calling me about the situation that I inboxed her. That ain't even your business. And furthermore, what does YouTube have to do with this? Okay, so he looking stupid at this point. So he has no point to prove of why he calling and worried about something that has nothing to do with him. So this is where he goes to, oh, and where's my money at? Where's my money? Send me my money. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to send you your money. But at the same time, I'm going through a situation here. I done missed 2 planes, okay? I'm trying to get on the Greyhound, but we go to the Greyhound. They talking about the Greyhound got bed bugs. Okay, I don't do bugs. So we catch a lift back home. Mind you, we already done spent 25 there, 25 back. Okay, this is Las Vegas. I'm not saying, oh, I didn't know it was expensive, but at the same time, I'm already in an unsuspected situation, which I would think my family would understand. I have 2 of my kids in Wausau, Wisconsin, due to the lady constantly calling the police. And the last time they came, almost finna shoot my husband over a Fisher-Price toy falling out his pocket. So, okay, I'm sending 2 of my oldest kids because they're active. They like to play. So she's calling the police and stuff, and she already told my kids verbally to their face, oh, I know your mother beats you. When she beats you, just up on the ceiling. So at this point, my kids seeing stuff they don't need to see, and they old enough to understand. So I sent them with their grandmother. Okay, I have my 3 youngest, but I'm making my way there. But as my family, you should understand. So today, he's calling my phone about my phone because my dad called snapping. All y'all cuckoo, your whole family cuckoo. And this is how everybody's talking to me. But mind you, I'm mentally going through something right now. So I promise you, everything has got me crying. Everything got me in tears. Everything got me all over the place. But this is my family that would care if I'm going through something. 2 weeks ago, I was very suicidal. I attempted to harm myself. And my family was on the phone. They know that. Okay, and he's sitting here telling me today he don't care about any of that. He don't really mess with me. He don't mess with me at all. He doesn't mess with me. He don't care. That's a personal problem. And I should never call him because this is a personal problem. This is family. And where I'm going at today, and I will continue, this is on another blog, but where I'm going at today is it would be people around you, people that smile in your face and act like they care, but them be the same people stab you in your back, okay? You have to watch who you hang around. Watch who you give your energy to. Watch who you say that cares about you. Watch them people. Because, I mean, I was there for my brother 10 years while he was in prison. You understand me? Helping with his kids. Do you hear me? Taking my mom back and forth to the prison to see him, visiting. I was there for him mentally. I was there for him physically, putting money on my phone. The little money I did have, okay? It was a thought that mattered. I was taking time out of my life to do all this. But he's telling me today, my personal problems didn't matter to him. And you know what else he said? Well, you know what? I'm out of jail now, and I'm doing better, and I'm living life. I'm doing what I want. So that means me asking to do a favor for me. I didn't ask you, could I have $700? I asked, could you go get my car? And you calling me every day, harassing me about $700 is a transaction. I said, when I come to Milwaukee, first off, you told me to hold it at first, and now you flipped the script because you called me cussing me out about a situation you had nothing to do with. So now the whole, oh, hold it till you get here has went out the door because you looking stupid about calling, dissing me about my YouTube and using this situation, which I never even sent my YouTube content to the woman. I contact her on a whole different business matter that had nothing to do with him and nobody else. It just shows you how people can be cruel. They act like they care, but they really don't. Watch who you hang around, okay? Because I'm going to come back and I'm going to tell you more details on what happened in them texts that my brother texted me. Because it was, oh, I don't care if you wanted to kill yourself. I don't care what happened to you. That's a personal matter. You watch who somebody's, just because they say they love you, just because they say they there for you, don't mean they there for you. And I know people that went out there, y'all done been through this before. And it done been with family, it done been with close close friends, people that you don't call family. Blood don't make you family. Do you hear me? It's the people that love you and really there for you, because it's only been a certain people that I can count on a hand that's been here for me. But make sure you like, you comment, and tell me, have you been through this? Have you ever met somebody that act like they care and don't care about your well-being? Let me know. Like, comment, and make sure y'all subscribe and like the channel, please, and come back for more, because I'm about telling the truth, and I'm about loyalty, respect, and honesty. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.